Hi everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand. Well, dominating the news right now is a story about the trade war, so-called trade war, that has erupted between the United States and many other countries, most notably China. And I want to share with you here a video that was put out by China mocking the health of Americans. Now, I'm not going to get into the details on the trade war. That is not, as you might imagine, my field of expertise. Global trade, financial transactions between countries. I will leave that to economists, but I'm going to focus on what China did here when they put out this video mocking the health of Americans. Take a look at this. Okay, so did you all see that? Clearly, China was taking a jab at overweight and obese Americans. And say what you want about the intrinsics of the trade war, who's right and who's wrong. I'm not going to even go there about whatever trade disputes exist between the United States and China. Plenty of people to talk about that. But what I do think that China was 100% right on is the very poor state of Americans' metabolic health, most notably soaring increases in being overweight and obese over the last few years. And I've said this many times. Obviously, a lot of my videos have been focused on this, but I'm going to keep talking about this because I truly believe, as somebody who wants America to succeed, I'm fully invested in the country, I live here, I do believe that the poor metabolic health of the United States is not only a threat to the economic security of the USA, but also the national security of the country. And let this be a wake-up call that other countries can mock the United States in this way. Because as I've also said many times before, I don't think enough Americans realize how shocked foreigners are when they arrive on these shores at the rates of people being overweight and obese. Truly, as somebody who lives in America, you have to see it to believe it. And most alarmingly, it's happening at younger and younger ages. So let's think about the implications of this and why this should really be an absolute wake-up call for the people at the top. Half measures are not good enough. Window dressing is not good enough. The Titanic is literally sinking right now. We need drastic action because, according to statistics, more and more people in their 20s and 30s are now significantly overweight. They're starting to get type 2 diabetes, other inflammatory diseases, heart disease. It's an absolutely awful situation. And if we think that the numbers are bad now, just give it another 10 or 20 years. It's going to be an apocalypse. It really is. And again, not enough people at the top realize how bad things are right now and how much worse they are going to get. So China has every right to focus on this and in a way, yes, mock the United States because Americans need a wake-up call on this issue. Think about the soaring costs of healthcare going up every single year. When millions of people who are now pre-diabetic in their 20s, can you imagine how sick they're going to be in 10 years' time? It's going to be absolutely dreadful. Record numbers of children now, adolescents, are getting type 2 diabetes. Pediatricians would go their whole career and not see a single case of type 2 diabetes. Now it's one of the most soaring conditions in pediatric clinics. What is going on here? So it's going to keep getting worse and worse. Healthcare costs are going to escalate. And by all economic measures, I've seen predictions that the financial implications of this in terms of lost productivity, people not being able to work, are absolutely abysmal. This is why it's such a threat to the future of the United States. And let's be very blunt here. Other countries that don't have this problem, I know this issue is getting worse in many countries, but trust me, as somebody who has traveled a lot across Europe, I've been to the Far East, America is way, way worse than any of these other countries. They are nowhere near as bad as the United States right now. And if things continue, other countries are going to beat the United States for this reason alone. So I do want this to be a wake-up call. People who saw that video, I saw some comments online because the video did go viral. People were very angry. They were focusing on the politics of this. But actually, I was more focused as a doctor whose primary area of interest is metabolic health on the fact that China is so easily able to mock the United States. And if you are a proud citizen of this country, that should really alarm you, because they really do have a point. And that is what I would really like to drive home in this video. When other countries can do this, and America is trying to do things at a macroeconomic level, whether you agree with the politics or not, other countries know that the metabolic health and the absolute catastrophe we have on our hands is actually going to be the downfall of this country if things are not drastically reversed. We need bold public health campaigns. As I said, half measures won't do. We need to go back to fundamentals, real food, get people moving enough, tell people that they absolutely can't every single day hammer their bodies with absolutely unthinkable amounts of calories, carbohydrates, sugars, processed foods. I want to know why there aren't billboards absolutely everywhere warning Americans of the dangers of being overweight and obese. If we can have billboards for fast food, for marijuana, all sorts of other horrible things for our health, why can't we do something right for a change? Instead of having big pharma commercials, have commercials that focus on really getting people healthier. And have a medical establishment who, of course, are completely useless in this regard. They profit from sickness. People do listen to doctors. If doctors were driving home this message every single day, people would start to listen. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. I enjoy hearing from all of you. Do share this video with anyone else who may benefit, and check the links in the description down below for my website, all the other work I do, and our natural supplement store, my uniquely formulated natural supplements. Hit the like button if you like this video and the subscribe button for more similar videos in the future, and we will speak again in the next video.